And good morning, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Usually it's live at Coach's Corner in Sound Garden, but I'm on the road today. Had to help my daughter out. So once again, I'm going live from a little room down here in Orlando, Florida. Going to visit some sites here this weekend. So having a lot of fun. But once again, have to be on the internet, have to keep the show going, and that's what I'm doing. So it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Orlando, Florida, but all through the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right, John Henderson. Gotta love the guy letting me do this, okay? And I'll be back in the Sound Garden soon. And don't forget, there's a big show tonight out in the Sound Garden. Toxic Oscar, a favorite here in Savannah, Georgia. So they had Claxton and the Myth last night. They had an open mic on Thursday night. So it's not just all sports, all food, and all fun at Coach's Corner. It's also music, live music, and the place is packed every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. And I got to make this announcement. Breakfast is back at Coach's Corner. Monday through Friday, okay, 7 to 10:30. And today, of course, I'm not there. It started at 8 o'clock. I missed out on the country ham steak that my good friend Chad Griffin loves to eat. So once again, got a great show lined up for you. We're going to open up talking about local sports, local news, what's going on here in Savannah, Georgia, and, of course, national. Then we'll get into my first guest. Hey, you know what? This high school has changed drastically, I got to say, in the last 10, 15 years because of the coaches they've brought in, what they're doing up there. And if you don't know it, Richmond Hill High School is building the hill. And we got to talk to the baseball coach, okay? Former Wildcat himself, comes back, takes the program over from Stacy Bennett, who is down an administrator. But Scott Strickland telling us about what's going on there. A lot of good projects going on there. And his second year. Remember, his first year got cut short because of COVID-19. So now he's back. 33 games this year. They did a heck of a job, played a lot of good competition. So you got to be excited about talking to Scott Strickland and what's going on up in the Wildcat country up there in Richmond Hill. Then, of course, our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week will be second up. Okay. Young man just won the Georgia Positive Athlete Award for the sport of football. 3-sport athlete at Savannah Country Day, football, basketball, and track. Won a state championship in the 4x100 with his teammates in Country Day and Class Private Day. But I'm excited about Paul Mosley. You want to talk about a kid with a lot of character, and the Positive Athlete Award is about character and what you do for your team, what you do for your community. Stay tuned because I got a great highlight of that young man, what he did to earn that award. And then we'll wrap it up. New football coach. We talked to the new football coach Country Day last week, John Mooring, former Georgia Southern Eagle, former NFL football player. Wow, we're going to talk to the new football coach over there on the Marsh. That's right. Over there at St. Andrew's School on the Marsh with Blake Henry. All right. Other than that, that's what we got. You got a comment? Send me a comment. Let me know you got a question. I'll try and answer it the best I can. So once again, I got to go to my comments. My man, Lawrence Bennett, thank you for watching the show every Saturday morning, sir. You are what I am right now because all of your help, all your insight. If you don't know about Lawrence Bennett, like I said, told you, the Coach's Corner Sports Network has 5 shows. He is the producer of the Wednesday night show, which is unbelievable, off the charts, Rubbin' and Grubbin', okay, with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain. Check it out Wednesday nights. Go to YouTube right now, like the page, subscribe. They do a great job talking about NASCAR. It started from a little group getting together and having a little games with race car driving, NASCAR driving. So they said, let's go to a show. Great job. Then, of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Then we have the 19th hole when we have the Masters with the Herb brothers. And then we have 2 podcasts. Okay, of course, Hot Grits podcast with Travis Jadon and Spencer Maddox. They do a great job. Young pups talking about all sports all the time. I think Travis went a little far when he said the Hawks in 4, but that's the young pup. He wanted to go to Hawks in 4. So, and then of course, yours truly with Kyle Lawson, the baseball fanatic dude who produced the Who's on First Base baseball podcast every Wednesday. It comes out Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, talking about all things baseball, national, local, Savannah Bananas. We got to talk about them too. So check that out. All right, let's go to the scoreboard quick. Okay, of course, like I told you, how do I break down the show? We come in with 3 steps in the door. We talk about high school, we talk about college, and then we talk about pros. To end the show, I go 3 out the door, and it's a highlight segment now. My man Chad Griffin used to be the coach at AD. We used to grill each other with baseball or off-the-wall questions. What's your favorite hot dog at the ballpark or stuff like that? But now he's gone. So I surf the internet all week long. I try to take 3 videos that I think will have made an impact here in Savannah, Georgia, or in anything related to Savannah sports. So that's at the end of the show. after all the guests. Okay, let's start off with high school. Well, let's start off with the Bananas. Like I just told you, Savannah Bananas have clinched the first half season. They will host a playoff game in the first round of the Coastal Plain League playoffs starting August 1st at home here in Savannah, Georgia. I mean, I think they're 17-3 now. There's only one team that's got their number. We'll talk about that in a second. It's the good old food fight, and Coach Strickland knows all about that. He'll talk about his little Bananas experience too. So let's go to high school. Summer leagues are going strong. Basketball, Effingham just had a small 2-day summer league basketball camp. Savannah High has it every Wednesday night. We had Savannah State doing the Coastal Empire 7-on-7 put on by Sean Quinn and his coaching staff. I heard it was phenomenal. So this week is Dead Week. What is Dead Week? Georgia High School State Association now is 2 dead weeks. That means coaches, players cannot do anything for that week. Okay, got to give them a week off. All right, so this week there's nothing going on in high school. There should be nothing going on. So that's the Georgia High School Dead Week if you're a child or kids talking about it. All right, a lot of local players getting a lot of offers in football already. Big one last week, Luke Cromahawk, backup quarterback at BC, Florida State. He's only a sophomore. Hey, check out the prepsportsreport.com. I did a great story on him with Travis Jadon. Check it out. Luke Cromahawk, backup quarterback at BC, Benedictine Military School, Benedictine Cadets, okay, getting an offer from Florida State. Langston Lewis out of Islands High School. The kid is off the chart. The kid is so athletic, it's unbelievable. He got offered by Central Michigan. So if you have anybody that's been offered and you want me to give him a rundown or do a story about him, hey, just go to prepsportsreport.com or email me at Karl DeMasi at gmail.com. I'd love to do it. All right. Don't forget, next Monday and Tuesday at Bacon Park, the Muni, okay, it's been around a long time. We have the 2021 Junior City Amateur, okay? That's Monday and Tuesday. I don't know if you still can register. Go to Bacon Park or call Bacon Park to find out. All right, let's go to colleges, okay? We want to keep on time here so we can get our guests on time. Savannah State, like I told you, held the Coastal Empire 7-versus-7. You're still looking for a football camp? Well, Sean Quinn and the gang, his coaching staff, will be putting on 2 camps. Friday night under the lights. Friday night, July 9th. Friday night, July 16th. The camps will run from 5 to 8 o'clock. You want to get seen. You want to get some instruction. You want to get coached up. Head over to that camp, okay? New school in town, the Coastal Cobras. It's an internet junior college program, but that's allowed to play sports. They are holding an open tryout July 17th over in Hardyville. CoastalCobras.com, okay? You don't know him, okay? My man, Dooley, Anthony Bryant, he's going to be the athletic director over there. He's a former Groves player, loves football. We know his son's all-world over at Benedictine. He's part of that. To get more information, go to the NIAA.org. NIAA.org, okay? Find out more how you can play junior college football, and you never know. You might get an offer right there on the spot. You might get seen. You might be going to a Division III, 2, 1, or big-time school. So check it out. The Coastal Cobras, they're coming. All right. Anything else about colleges I can think of? Nope. Let's go over to the pros. Hey, big win for the Braves last night. They needed it. They won 3-2 over the Cincinnati Reds on the road. They're in Cincinnati again today. Heredia and Dansby Swanson have done a great job. Home runs last night. Heredia, home run, double. And what a catch in the 8th inning to preserve that game for the Braves. Great catch right there. Couldn't make my little video highlights at the end of the show. Hawks, Travis Jadon, Hot Grids Podcast, he said Hawks in 4. But did Milwaukee come out last night and put the smack down on the Hawks? Hey, the Hawks won the first game. Nobody expects the Hawks to do anything. 125-91, though. Well, we'll be coming back to the ATL for the Hawks. They're still in it. Pro golf, Brian Harmon is at the Travelers. Brian Harmon, of course, from Savannah Christian, Georgia Southern. He has shot 4 under, and get a load of this. He's tied for 35th. A 68 and a 68. Back-to-back 68s, and he's 35th. Over at the Travelers, he's 5 off the lead, though. He's not out of it. Jason Day shot a 9. Bubba Watson, another Bulldog's only 1 off the lead. Gene Sowers is at the Bridgestone Senior Players Championship. He's tied for 19th. He's +4. I don't know if they're going to catch Steve Stricker. He's at 9 under. I think there's only 5 players that are on the par over there at the Senior Players Championship. All right, local Savannah Bananas, 17-3, clinched first half playoffs. Okay, last night, though, they lost again to the team that has given them their 3 losses, the Macon Bacon. Okay, Macon Bacon beat them on Thursday night, 8-7 in Macon. They come back to Savannah last night. Macon Bacon give them their first home loss last night, 3-1. They'll play a doubleheader in Lexington County, South Carolina, against the Blowfish tonight, okay? Don't forget, we have a semi-pro men's team and a semi-pro ladies soccer team. Tonight, the Savannah Clovers will take on Buford Football Club at 6:30 at Memorial Stadium. $10 to get in. Check it out. I think my partner on the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast, Kyle Lawson, will be calling the play on internet like he does for the Clovers. Check it out. Don't forget, next 2 days at Bacon Park is the Savannah City Amateur, not the junior, the Savannah City Amateur. Check it out. It starts today. There are over 100 golfers, male and females. And I forgot to I want to make sure I mention this, and got to thank Stephen Weeks. He does a great job. I got about a minute to go here, but Justin Smith, former Savannah Christian Raider, played high school golf with Brian Harmon, okay, wins the Easy Go South Florida Open with a birdie in a playoff, okay? So Justin Smith, another local kid, check out. There's a story on Prep Sports Report where they are. Hey, I also got to give a big shout out to Brian Young, class of 1992 out of Groves High School, has been hired as the head coach at Stetson University right here in Florida. I'm not far from him. I got to check it out. So there's some highlights for you. So once again, we got a lot going on. Check it out. The Savannah City Amateur today. Savannah Clovers tonight. Bananas are on the road, so go check out some soccer. We got a lot going on. Well, I'm excited about it because next up, hold it. Good morning, Michael Jordan. Thanks for joining in. Michael Jordan, assistant coach over at Johnson High School. He tunes in every Saturday morning, and he loves what we do here. Your brother, though, went off the chain there, buddy, with the Hawks and 4. I don't know if you want to give me a comment about that one, but once again, Michael and Lawrence Bennett, thank you for tuning in, sending me a comment. You got a comment, you got a question, just put it in the comment box, and I can answer it. You can even answer this guy. Let's put him on the hot seat. He's already going to be on the Coach's Corner hot seat. Next guy coming up, Richmond Hill Wildcat, head baseball coach, former Wildcat himself, okay, back in the saddle again, got the first season cut short, came back, played 33 games last year with the Richmond Hill High School Wildcats, and that's, of course, Coach Scott Strickland. He's also got a little bananas in him, too, so we'll talk to him about what he feels about the Bananas of doing this year. I mean, unbelievable start. They were 16-1 at one point. I got 20,000 mouses here. I got to get the right one so I can go to my commercials. All right, so we got to thank our sponsor, John Henderson. I got to thank the other guys that sponsor me every show. Rockies, New York, Deli and Italian Catering, Thompson Sporting Goods, Calvary Day School, am I forgetting anybody else? Coaches, Calvary Day School. Oh, of course, Dr. Bart Wetherington. Got to thank them. Coach, we'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, live from Orlando, Florida.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get it quick at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, sports fans, and welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Heard every Saturday morning live, whether I'm in the Sound Garden at Coach's Corner or visiting my daughter down in Orlando, Florida. Had to move some furniture, but once again, show goes on. Got to keep on doing what I got to do. Got to thank John Henson for letting me do this. I just love talking about local sports. Now, if you've been following the headlines, if you're a social media buff like I am, okay, and you see what's going on, Richmond Hill is turfing their gym, their old gym, okay, for an indoor facility, whether it's football, baseball. But, I wanted to bring this guy back on because it's always fun talking to the guys that come back and they get a job at their former high school. He started out 2020, first year, took over for Stacy Bennett, got cut short because of COVID-19. They played some games, but he came back this year, got 33 games on his belt. Richmond Hill was in the dogfight, but you know what? He does a great job. Former Wildcat himself. Joining us live now on the Coach's Corner Sports Network on the Coach's Corner hot seat, no other than the coach himself, Scott Strickland. Scott, thanks for coming on.
How you doing, Carl?
Hey, it's Saturday morning. I'm in Orlando, Florida. I can't believe I'm still doing my show. You got to love the internet. I mean, you got to love the world we live in today.
It's great, man. It's great, especially this year. Everybody's figuring out how to do everything on the road or wherever you can. You can still provide great products. So it's awesome,
Now,
Carl.
I know it's very quiet behind you. What's going on over there in the Strickland house? No kids running around? Nobody doing anything?
No kids. Thankfully, technology has what my daughter, my 4-year-old, on her iPad in our living room right now. But she's locked in on some Disney Plus.
Yeah, and it used to be back with me with the TV and Barney, but we'll talk about that another day. So, but anyway, a great season. You finally got one under your belt. What was the difference like, though? March 13th, 2020, everything was cut short. We couldn't do anything. We came back this year. Tell us about the difference between that first year and this year for Scott Strickland and his Richmond Hill Wildcat baseball program.
Well, the first year kind of flew by. It was one of those things where, felt like I was, almost at 10 games before you could blink an eye. This year was a little bit more slower pace just because of all the protocols and stuff like that we had to do. But, our administration at Richmond Hill and, even in Georgia High School did such a great job, making sure everybody was careful and getting all the games in. But it was a good season for us. We had a bunch of young guys, especially, with COVID. We needed our 2020 season so bad because we were returning one starter. And so the next year you bounce that into it, we're returning that same kid was the only starter we had. So we were very, very young to start off, but when we started clicking, it was pretty fun to watch.
Well, 17 and 16, you got to the playoffs, you got a lot under your belt, and you got some great kids. Talk about the kids. I mean, what's his name? Finley had an unbelievable year.
Yeah, Finley and Luke Boone and Evan Cowan are our big three that had a really, really, really good year for us this year. We had a senior step up that was who is a brother of one of the kids I just mentioned, Mitch Cowan, did really well for us. But yeah, Luke, Leighton, and Evan are going to be three guys. Two of them are already committed to Division I schools. One's Georgia State and one's Georgia. And then Evan, I think, is probably going to end up either at a Division I school or a major D2, one of those Peach Belt powers that are still left in the state. But they had great years. And, Layton didn't even get a full season because our daggone basketball team did so good. So, it was one of those things. It was a blessing. We start at the beginning of the year and everybody, we don't have Layton, so we have to go in there and battle without one of our key players. And we found a way to win some games against some really good, tough competition. We had the second toughest schedule in the state, other than Glenn Academy down in Georgia, or for 6A, that is. We're not afraid to play anybody. And, in our preseason tournament, we invite, big schools down, Woodstock, Alexander, Jeff Davis comes over and plays. So I'm a firm believer of, rising to the expectation of the other teams. So when you play great teams, your team's going to play great as well. So we have. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's always that philosophy: to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's the only way you get better. You can go 20-0 and play teams and blow them out every game, but what are you getting out of it? So you're in close games, you lose them. We thought the Bananas were going to go undefeated this year, but that didn't happen. I've never heard of a team going undefeated in the game of baseball, so it's going to happen sooner or later, and you just got to take it with stride. But you got to play the best teams. Yeah,
you got to challenge yourself, and that's something that kudos to Stacey Bennett. It's something him and I always did. We always tried to call around and find the best teams from the area or from the state, because who wants to play in 50-degree cold weather up in Atlanta when you can come down here and it's 65. Sometimes, heck, this year it was 75 down here early in our season. So if we can dodge some rain early, it's usually some really good baseball early in the season, early February down here in South Georgia.
Yeah, and plus you got some northern teams come down. They're looking for games all the time, so it definitely is a plus. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm talking to the head baseball coach over at Richmond High School, Scott Strickland. So I've asked you this before, but I love asking it. What's it like coaching at your alma mater? On a high school level, of course. It's
special. Just from the community aspect, walking around town, people know Richmond Hill baseball, and I've always kind of been around. And it's just fun. It's special. The community's great here. Our school board is so supportive of what we do athletically. You can look at what our football team has done, and how the whole community is kind of wrapping around sports right now, and it goes right with academics. So our sports have kind of skyrocketed, and our academics are right there with it. So it's all good. I love being a part of this town. It's one of the reasons why when Stacey pulled me into the dugout and said, "Hey, I want you to come back and be a coach here," about 10 years ago, I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And I'm all in now. It's a heck of an experience, and it's cool when you look at your players in your eyes. Especially, we did our camp. We had about 135, 140 kids, our biggest camp turnout ever.
Wow.
And you look at all those campers like, hey guys, I used to be exactly where you are. Like the next coach at Richmond Hill or the future coach at Richmond Hill could be sitting right here in front of you. So, it gives people perspective, and I get a unique experience, and I love it too. So I'm a hill builder, man.
You were part of that hill a long time ago, and you're still part of the hill now. So
that's right.
All right. I said it in the beginning of the show. You guys are turfing, or you're making an indoor facility. Tell us where that's happening, and you get to use it also. It's not just all about the football team, right?
Yeah, 100%. So we had the blessing of taking over our middle school. I think it was about 7-8 years ago. One of our older middle schools, and they built a new middle school out here. So we had 2 gyms. We have 2 cafeterias. But most importantly for this conversation, we have 2 gyms, and it was our weight room. Our West gym has been our weight room, and it's a top-notch facility. Football. If you're not bigger, faster, stronger, then you're not going to win very many games. And Matt Lazat came in and kind of pioneered that strength program and skyrocketed it to what it is today, where I think we have over 35 racks inside of that gym. And he had mentioned it during my season, like, hey, what do you think about turfing the West gym? And I kind of, I'm in the middle of a season, so I'm trying to figure out who's going to hit in the 8-hole every day. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds great, Matt. And then the next thing I know, he goes, hey, I think we're going to do it. I think they're all in on it. So they're turfing it, and it's going to be a facility where I believe it's almost 30 30, 35 yards that they're going to get of a playing surface for football. And you know what that means for baseball? It means a baseball diamond. So we could take ground balls in there. We're going to do some stuff with some football type stuff, but they're also going to put down some drop down cages in there for us, which is awesome. I mean, once again, you know, I think it got approved 2 days ago in the budget of our school board. So it's one of those things where you got to tip your hat to a lot of people, but it made too much sense not to do it. And since it's already a covered facility, it's already a hardwood facility. I mean, all you got to do is throw the turf down. You remove the gym floor. It's actually really cool for all you old Richmond Hill people. Man, they're peeling the floor back, and you can see the original floor that Jimmy Hires was winning state championships on. It's really, really cool. Kind of surreal. I was walking in there yesterday with our AD, Mickey Bands, and I was like, Mickey, is this the original floor? He goes, yeah, this is it. This is that floor 25 years ago that Jimmy was running around on. So actually, it was longer than that, probably 35 years ago.
I would love to see Jimmy on that floor there. So, and, you know, people, you see me fidgeting, you see me looking away, and Scott knows what I'm doing. I'm a one-man show, so I'm making sure the technical is going. And my computer, my laptop just told me that the battery's going to die, so I had to plug it in so I wouldn't lose the show. But he knows I'm not disrespecting him, so it's unbelievable. So, all right, quickly, last question. You've been a part of it. You're still part of it. Your kids are over there helping out in the parking lot. Out of bananas. I mean, unbelievable off to that unbelievable start. 11 straight games and 17-3. They've already clinched the first half. You've been part of that crazy show over there. I mean, tell us about it. What's it like being part of that?
It's an unbelievable experience. And I was actually in the dugout yesterday. Gillum called me. They were a little shorthanded yesterday, so they called me up, and I got to put coaching pants on again. Got to put the they weren't wearing yellow yesterday. Ain't nothing like wearing yellow pants, I'll tell you that. But no, it's an experience. I mean, it's so funny. So I got over there. You know, they have 4 o'clock BP, so I got over there about 3:30, 3:45, and you know, you walk in and you hear the guys in the dugout. And some coaches are going to think this is crazy, but you hear guys in the dugout talking about, hey, what are we going to do after we score the first run? Or, hey, this is what I'm going to do after we strike out, or after I strike the guy out to end the inning. This is what we're going to do. Like, and you talk, and you're like, oh, well, they're talking about celebrating this, that, and the other. But you talk about you want your athletes to envision themselves being successful. And if you can't envision it, it's never going to happen. But they do such a good job of going through and promoting that fan-first atmosphere that their players, like, you just forget that you're playing the game. You know, the same game that you're nervous and you're throwing helmets over, you're worried about, all right, hey, I can't throw my helmet because I have to go take my shirt off and be a cowboy in about 15 minutes in the stands. Like, it's just a unique experience from a coaching aspect. Anytime you can play for somebody other than yourself, and you can promote that within your team or your organization, it's phenomenal. So they do a great job over there, and the atmosphere, even the FCA game we had over there, where the atmosphere was not full bananas, but you know, you still have the music pumping and stuff like that. It's just a good time, and they do a great job.
And I want to get this from you, because you're in the trenches over there. You're in the jungle with the bananas. But don't you think that these players thinking about what they're going to do after they score their first takes them off that they're 0 for 15, or they just made a bad play in the outfield, or they're not throwing strikes even though they're trying to throw strikes? I mean, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
100%. It makes a huge difference, and it shows you how, you know, once again, like I said, when you take yourself out of the equation, when you take the pride and just the selfishness out of stuff, and you just worry about going to play the game, and then, you know, hey, doing whatever you're asked to do. You know, the Patriots are a pretty good football team. They got one thing they do every year, and it just says, do your job. The Bananas baseball job is a little bit different than everybody else's, but if you just worry about doing your job in life, there's not much that could possibly go wrong.
And when you love what you're doing, it's not a job, right?
No, it's not a job. You don't work a day in your life. And, you know, I'm very fortunate that, you know, they offered me to coach the Breakfast Bowl again. We've put a team together for that. And the last 9 games of the Banana season, it's going to be fun. I get to coach against Ryan Klesko again. So it's going to be a blast.
I know a pitcher that's still available, too, if he wants to come out of retirement.
Hey, I think we got 24 on the roster right now. And, you know, Barry Aldridge who's
I know.
the quote unquote GM of the Bananas over there. Man, he does a great job getting talent in and out, and talent for us to go out and compete. And we get some local guys that are going to play in it this year. Right. We got some Bananas that are on the team right now that, if they don't get picked up or they don't sign an independent contract,
they'll stay around.
They'll stay around and play. It's going to be a lot of fun. It should be some interesting baseball too. Banana Ball's coming up July 3rd too. If you've never experienced that, it'll be fun.
That's a lot of fun too. Scott, always a pleasure. I know you got a Saturday, wife, kids. You got to go have some fun with them. So enjoy it, and thanks for taking the time. And once again, also people you don't know, he also puts on a black hat with a black shirt with gray slacks. And I know your brother takes abuse, but you like taking out abuse too. Yeah,
I do. I love me some umpiring. I love you get the perspective of the guys you grind throughout the season. And if we need umpires, so anybody that wants to do it, come on out.
I appreciate it.
Hey, always, Carl. Thank you for what you do for our community, man.
Hey, keep building that hill, even though you've been building that hill since you've been crawling, probably.
Yeah, that's right. Crawling the hill. That's right. I'll see you, Carl.
Thanks, Scott.
See you, buddy.
Scott Strickland, head coach over at Richmond Hill, does a great job with that program. Richmond Hill baseball, one of the tops in the state. He did play there, came back, helped out Stacey Bennett, and now it's his show. So once again, great job and great perspective, because he's also a big part of Bananas. They call him last night. Hey, we need another coach. What does he do? He puts on the Bananas uniform. Okay. So right now, you're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report or watching it on Facebook, on Coach's Corner Facebook page, on the Karl DeMasi Facebook page, on Twitter at KD Sports Report, on the Prep Sports Report page. So I'm all over the place. You can go to YouTube. It's live on YouTube. We're here. But now, this is a lot of fun. Next segment, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This one, we get a good kid that's done something special, and we get to talk to him. We get to ask him what's going on in the future. Well, this next guy, you got to stay around, because he's done a great job over at Savannah Country Day. He's a graduate of Country Day, but he was a 3-sport athlete. He was an Ashley Deering Award nominee, and he's done something special. There's a group called Positive Athlete. They're in 7 states. And we got, of course, the Positive Athlete Georgia branch. And it's other than your talent. It's what you give back to the game, what quality you have, being optimistic, helping out your teammates, helping out the community. Well, this young kid, he's still a young kid to me, but this student athlete, received the football Positive Athlete in the state of Georgia. I mean, there's over 7,000 applicants that apply for the Positive Athlete Award. Pretty special. Paul Mosley out of Savannah Country Day. 3-sport athlete, little crazy guy too, but once again, we got to talk to him. Up next in 3 minutes, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Savannah Country Day, Paul Mosley. You're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I promise you, Paul, 3 minutes, just got to pay some bills, got to thank the people. We'll be right back after this.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102. in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back. Okay, I just got to go back to my picture. Nope, that's the wrong one. I know, Paul. You gotta love live internet shows. Okay, so anyway, welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, live from Orlando, Florida. Usually, I'm out there in the Sound Garden where it's about 100 degrees, but you gotta love it. I'd rather sweat than freeze. So, but anyway, always my favorite part of the show. This was the concept of why I do everything. I want to get more good news out there about the good kids, the kids that have done something special. And if you've been following along, this young man has done something special. I can go on with an intro, but I think this video says it all. And that's what I wanted to do without him knowing it, but I blew that one. But all about Paul Mosley out of Savannah Country Day, why he's on this show this morning.
Paul Mosley from Savannah Country Day's Leadership in Jack and Jill, a leadership organization formed by African American mothers with the idea of bringing together children in social and cultural environment, has resulted in Paul representing the Savannah chapter in Washington, D.C., where he rallied for gun violence safety and voting rights alongside 1,000 other teenagers. Further, the senior football player represented his chapter in a statewide oratorial competition, where he spoke on the topic of young, gifted, black, and so much more than that. For Thanksgiving, Paul helped prepare food baskets for families in a transitional home, and in the last election, Paul led a campaign to ensure every voting age member of his Jack and Jill chapter was registered to vote by the deadline. Paul also started a mentoring program called All In with Paul, and the program is designed to use the fundamentals of sports to address everyday issues teenagers are faced with. Positive Athletes proud to name Paul our 2021 Most Positive Football Athlete in Georgia.
I mean, what more can I say? I couldn't give him that intro. There was so much to talk about. So this young man, out of 5,000, 7,000 applicants to the Positive Athlete Georgia branch for their sport, was the winner in football. And there's so many teams that play football in this state. So many kids were nominated. It's just something special because this award is not based on your talent. It's based on your character. And you hear what this young man does. And I'm proud to say that he's this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Savannah Country Day School, now Lynn University, the man himself, Paul Mosley. Paul, thanks for coming on.
How you doing, Coach Karl?
Hey, it's a Saturday morning. I'm talking to young kids like you that do great jobs other than on the field of play, which you have. You're a 3-sport athlete. You played football, basketball. You won a gold medal in track. I mean, it's just something special. And what you do for the community, brother, is unbelievable. I mean, I know I'm a lot older than you, but I consider that we have that connection that you want to give back to these kids. You want to help kids out. And you're still a young man and you're on the right track, and keep up the great work, buddy.
Thank you so much, Coach.
So, I mean, were you shocked when you got this award? Did you think that you had a chance at winning it?
So when I was first nominated, I was confused on what the award was completely about because our head coach, Jim Collis, he decided to nominate me. and he sat me down and explained the awards. So I was shocked when I first won the region level. So I work at a summer clerk called Brent Savage Attorney Office, and I was there for a case, and all of a sudden I get a notification on my phone telling me that I won state level, and I was just ecstatic because I was jumping for joy all around the office, saying like, yes, I actually won, I won. And it's one of those accomplishments I had in my life that I just would never regret and always remember. And that certificate is hanging up in my house right now as soon as I got it.
I mean, you know, there's a saying, it's better to give than to get, and you're giving yourself in a lot of different venues. Tell us about this Jack and Jill program. This is the first time I heard of it. Tell us about
it. So it's the first time most people have actually heard about a program. So it's a national program called Jack and Jill of America, where it teaches young teens how to be leaders, how to deal with gun violence, how to deal with racism, how to deal with anything in the community. And then it also helps teens, like, give us a platform to speak our voice, show that our voice means everything to this community. So if that's even just going out to homeless shelters and just giving food to them, or going out to a rally and actually speaking, that's what Jack and Jill does. And then I just had my final team conference that ended yesterday, and it was an emotional ride for my parents and I, because I've been part of that organization since I was 4 years old.
Wow.
And it shows, like, once we go to team conference, we are in the southeastern region. So you have like 3 chapters in Atlanta, like the Buckhead Atlanta chapter, the greater Metro Atlanta chapter, and you have Fort Lauderdale, you have our Savannah chapter. It's all these chapters into one, and it shows us that our voice means everything to this community.
Everybody has a voice, and that's what it's all about, you know, and people need to start honoring that. And like you said, racism and all that other stuff. You know, I'm not blowing my bubble here, Paul, but I've been teaching and coaching for over 38 years. When I get in the classroom, I don't see black and white students. I see students. I see young people that are our future, young people like you that are going to make a difference in this world. And that I know I'm going a little off here on my soapbox, but people got to realize that you're our future. You're going to go out there and you're going to correct what's wrong with this world that's been wrong for a long time. And I got to give, you know, another young man just like you, Javante Middleton. I mean, from Jenkins High School, graduated 4 years ago. I mean, same thing, same philosophy. Keep up the great work. And Savannah's proud of you, buddy. And it's not all about the sports. And that's what this award is about. It's not being the best. It's being what you can give back. And you've done a great job doing that. So keep up the great work. Keep being involved. I know you're going down to Lynn University, but you're going to be involved in Savannah for a while. So let's go to the other side now. Why you got the award. Coach Collis, great man, nominated you. I mean, you're a 3-sport athlete. When did you start playing sports?
So I started playing sports. I started playing basketball when I was 4 years old. And my first coach was my brother, my dearest older brother, William Stewart. And he taught me all the fundamentals, everything that I needed to know from that sport. Then I played sports in 4th grade. I played football in 4th grade, and I was thrilled to just go out there and hit someone. And because my father played football, my uncle played football, everyone played football. And after a little kick return and I was doggy piled, my mom was like, "You're done playing football." So I got to high school and I started like going around sports, soccer. And then I was like, "Mother, I have to play football." And that's when Coach Ward stepped into the line and bugged my mother. And she even like tells me that if it wasn't for Coach Ward, I wouldn't have been playing football. But yeah, so I played football and I enjoyed every single second of it, and started doing track and won the gold in track. And I'll never forget that memory ever.
You know, don't forget the other sport. You like playing hoops.
Yes, sir. The 51-year drought that we ended this year, that was an amazing accomplishment, to blow out Savannah Christian and then literally have fun and party in the locker room with my friends. It was just the greatest accomplishment like we've experienced at Country Day, and especially with everyone being there and our student section hyping us up the entire game. It was an amazing environment to be in.
All right. Hopefully you got all 3 coaches watching. If you had to choose your favorite sport, which one is it?
If I had to choose my favorite sport, that is a tough question. So I've played basketball all my life, and I personally love football, hands down. And it helps me. It's the one sport that really I can have to myself besides my siblings, because my brother played basketball. He did track. My sister did softball and track. I personally had football to myself. So, and then my father coming out and training me when he know good and well that we had arguments about us, and my uncle, then my brother, everyone came together in any sport I played in, but football was the one I felt close at home. I'm so sorry, Coach Smith, but it is definitely football.
And if you're just tuning in, you're listening or watching, you're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week with alumni now from Savannah Country Day, Paul Mosley, who just won the Georgia Positive Athlete Award in football for being the most positive role model in the field of or the sport of football. And they have over 30 different sports that they do this into. And just by the way, 14 other students and 14 students, 2 coaches won the award from our area, which I think there's over 14 counties and over 30 sports. So pretty impressive that we do it. Paul was one of them. So you've been in Country Day for a while, haven't you?
12 years. Yes, sir.
So tell us how Savannah Country Day, their programs, whether it be academic or academia or athletics, has helped you grow as an athlete and as a student.
Okay, so Savannah Country Day programs that helped me grow as an athlete or academically. I feel like athletically, Savannah Country Day programs has taught me to fight through adversity, be humble to where I come from, and I learned that as a freshman that there was always going to be someone better than me. So they always taught me, especially all the coaches that I had to deal with, they always taught me, if there's going to be someone better than you, then are you able to outwork them to be better than that person? And it veers over to Country Day academically, because there are a lot of smart kids at Savannah Country Day, but those kids help you out throughout the entire career. And it doesn't matter if it's a small homework and all that, but you also have to take that time to outwork them in the classroom if you want to be better than them in that classroom. And then athletically, you also want to be the best in anything you do in your life. And that's always what I went in the mindset with. So Country Day helped me build my character just to strive to be better than anyone else that I go against.
Nice. And how about the coaches? You know, you had Coach Collis, Coach Smith. Who's your track coach? I didn't know who your track coach was.
So I had a track coach. I had 3 track coaches. But my head track coach was Maria Wolf.
Nice. So what impact did those coaches play on you?
So the coaching staff at Country Day showed me that my potential was greater than I thought it was. So Coach Smith and Coach Ward, like I said, they both of them helped me get to football. And we were in a fall summer basketball game. Right after the game, we played Calvary. Coach Smith said, "You have to play football right now." And by my junior year, I've never been on a varsity team. And the fact to hear that I can actually join a varsity team was just thrilling to me. And they showed me that I can really outwork anyone in my field. And then track taught me that, okay, you can play a team sport, but can you do it by yourself? And then are you able to work everyone else that's in your event? Because, I mean, basketball, you have 4 other people on the court. Football, you have 10 other guys on the field. And then track is just you versus the entire world. So those coaches taught me that if you really can work hard and perfect your craft, no matter if you're just a defensive player or just a sprinter, then you can shine in that setting. So that's what they really taught me in my career.
Nice. Now, you know, you've been there for 12 years. You know, what has been your proudest moment attending Savannah Country Day? I mean, 12 years is a long time at one place. I mean, usually go to elementary school, then middle school, then high school. But, you know, private schools here go pre-K all the way to graduation. Tell us about your proudest moment at Savannah Country Day.
Whew, my proudest moment at Savannah Country Day. I think my proudest moment has to be is when I walked across that stage and I graduated, because I've had 2 siblings that have graduated from Country Day, and I've watched them graduate, walk across the stage, my whole family being there. So it was always about, no matter any athletic medal or anything, it was always about get to graduate to that stage, get to the point where you can walk across that stage. And I've always wanted to do it. And with COVID happening, I never thought I would get the typical senior year that they got, but I got something different that they can't even try to compare to what I had to go through in my senior year. So the fact is that I got to walk across the stage, and then I got to go home and see all 3 of our diplomas right there. And I got to add to my diploma to that pile. It was just amazing to look at my brother and sister and finally say, I'm an alumni just like y'all, and embrace them. So that was my proudest moment.
Well, nice. And of course, you said, parents, you've been talking about your parents, your mom, your dad for a while. How's your parents influenced where you got to be right now, whether it be athletically or academically? We've heard all about the athletics and academically. Tell us about your parents and your family, your support system. What have they meant to you?
So I will start off individually. My mother, gosh, I'm gonna cry. My mother is always there in anything I do in my life. It doesn't matter if it's Jack and Jill. It doesn't matter if it's a parent-teacher conference. It doesn't matter if it's a sport that she doesn't even understand, like football. She will always be there, and it doesn't matter what I do. She will always tell me that I can shape myself to be a better leader in any aspect. That's how I became team president of Jack and Jill, was because of her. Nice. My father always showed me to never show weakness in my life. No matter what it was in my life, I have to always fight through anything that I go through, and don't ever show people what the true side of you is. But the thing about that is he always tells me my weaknesses, so I work on them. So it's kind of ironic that he does that. So my brother, he was my first coach. He pushed me to the level to where I have to work out by myself. And he always taught me that he can train me all he wants, but if I don't decide to put the work in, then it's not going to work out. Right. My sister, my dear sister, is my biggest supporter out of all of them, because no matter where she's at, no matter she's in veterinary school in Indiana, she will always have someone tell her what's happening in my life. No matter if that's one of her friends, my mother, my father. As soon as I get home from a game, it's win or loss, she'll always be right there. One of the first phone calls I'll get and tell me how much I played well. Even though she probably didn't even watch the game, she'll just tell me how much I played well and what I can improve on. And I always envy my sister, hands down. So that's what my family's been in my life.
Great support system. Okay, we got our next guest waiting in the waiting room. So we got 2 questions left. I told you we didn't get to all the questions because usually I go off on a tangent, but I do apologize. But
you're fine.
Let's tell everybody about your future, college sports, any major that you'll be focusing on, and going to a pretty good school in Lynn University. So tell everybody about that.
So I'm going to Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida, and I will be studying animation this upcoming fall. And there was actually, I reached out to the Lynn coach and got to talk to him. And so now I'm actually welcome to the men's basketball tryout in January 2022, and that is in Sunset. That's in the Sunset division, so that's a Division II school, and I was thrilled when I first heard it. So right now I am working and then working out on my body to make sure I don't go out of shape. So if anyone still tries to race me, it still wouldn't even be close. But I've always been ready to experience a college lifestyle, especially after my siblings. So going to Lynn University, I love the campus, and I can't wait to go to Florida.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. You also could talk to the track coach because you know that 4x100 relay team winning a gold medal must have been something special too.
Yes, sir. So I've actually talked to the track coach, and I'm also planning to go out there and see if I can become part of the track team too. So I'm just waiting on everything to come full circle. But right now it's just time to put the work in and then keep my mind ready for the next academic life that I have to go through.
I hear you. And last thing, tell the Savannah Country Day community what it's meant to you, and anything that you want to say to the Savannah Country Day following, the alumni, the kids that are still there.
So to the Savannah Country Day parents, teachers, my friends, the rising Savannah Country Day stars, I would just like to say thank you for welcoming me thank you for welcoming me into your community after 12 years. This school has been a dream to me. My mother, my father, my brother, my sister, thank you for welcoming my whole family into this community. It's been the best years I've had, and they have helped me shape. They were a part of my life that helped me become a man and helped me be ready for this world in anything that I can imagine. And like my mother always say, on to the next.
On to the next. Hey, and I did get a comment from a local fan of, I guess, the show. He's watching, Coach Michael Jadon. You had Coach Jadon over there.
Yes, sir. I had Coach Jadon when I was a junior. Yes, sir.
He said, proud to say I coached that young man. You can't ask for a better talented student, but a great human being. Good luck to you, Paul. That's what he's saying to you. So
thank you, Coach.
Go get him. And once again, thank you for coming on. Best of luck. I'm glad I got to meet you. You've done a great job. You've touched so many lives, and you're giving, which is what's essential to this world. We need more people to give and to help each other out. And proud to say that you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much.
Paul, keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Once again, great young man, knows where he's going, gives back to the community. He was the positive athlete in the sport of football in the state of Georgia, state winner. Great job. And you could tell the man, the kid, the boy, whatever you want to call him now, he's going to go far in life, and he does a great job. And I hope he gets that chance to play basketball or participate in track at Lynn University. Next up, new kid on the block, new coach. But he's not a new coach. He's an old coach going to a new program. He's made his way down here to Savannah, Georgia. He'll be taking on the program over there at St. Andrew's School on the Marsh, the Lions. We'll be talking to the new head football coach, Blake Henry, coming up next on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, which is all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Stay tuned, Coach. 3 minutes. Let me thank the people who sponsor the show. We'll be right back talking Lions football.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm telling you that Saturday mornings fly by, even though I'm not in the Coach's Corner Soundgarden. I'm live from Orlando, Florida, helping out the daughter move some furniture down here and just having a lot of fun. No matter where you are, I can do the show. And, it's almost football season, okay? We got one more month to go of conditioning, getting the kids back in shape. And St. Andrews School in Savannah, Georgia, St. Andrews on the Marsh, as I like to call it, the Lions, have hired a new football coach. He's not an old football coach. I'm sorry, he's not a new football coach. He's an old football coach, really a young guy, coming into Savannah, Georgia to take on and build that program over there at St. Andrews School. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the new head football coach at St. Andrews School, Blake Henry. Coach, thanks for taking the Saturday morning coming on. And for what I'm seeing on social media, you're working those young men hard.
Absolutely. Every day. The guys are working their butts off in this Georgia heat. Of course, it's been cool so far, I've been told. This is a cool summer. So I'm waiting for that Georgia heat to come.
Cool summer. 90 degrees is a cool summer. I don't know about that one, but
yeah.
I know I'm from New York, and I'll take the cool summers down here versus the cool winters up there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I agree with you, Carl. It's better to be hot than cold, right?
Yeah, you better. I'd rather wear a T-shirt and pair of shorts all year long than wear a Parker and gloves and a Scully and all that other stuff. Yeah, I call it a ski cap. They call it a Scully now. So we'll go from there. So congratulations on the job over at St. Andrews School.
Thank you. Yeah, pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here. Been here for a few weeks. So
let's tell everybody about Blake Henry and your background and how you got involved in football and how you found this little lovely place called Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, so was a high school football player, much like the great young man you had on earlier. Well, that was an awesome interview, by the way. And then played college ball at Wake Forest under 2 different head coaches, Jim Caldwell and Jim Grope.
Nice.
And had awesome experience there. Wake's a great school, was first team All-ACC guy. Had a shot with the NFL, a cup of coffee, as they say, right, with the Atlanta Falcons, coincidentally. And was on the team through training camp, got cut a couple of weeks before. So that was the end of my playing career. And shortly after that, took up teaching and coaching, first at my alma mater at Loyola Blakefield in Towson, Maryland. I was an assistant and a teacher there. And then 5 years later, started my head coaching career at a school in Baltimore, Mount St. Joe High School. I've been a head coach now for 12 years. This is my 3rd school. Mount St. Joe and the Potomac School in Virginia, and then now as associate AD and head football coach at St. Andrews School.
What attracted you to good old Savannah, Georgia and St. Andrews School?
Well, the first thing attracted me is Ryan Martin, the head of the school, reaching out to me and asked me if I was interested in the position, right? I didn't know anything about St. Andrews, was happy where I was, and kids were going to school with the school where I was working. But I did have an interest in getting in athletic administration and anytime somebody reaches out to you about a job, hey, it piques your interest, and started doing some research about St. Andrews and hearing from a lot of the great people at the school and hearing how, hey, it's a really awesome academic school and known for that in Savannah. And he told me about, and also our awesome head of school, Dr. Kelly Waldron, wanted to move that athletics profile of the school up to equal the academic profile of the school, which is a great one in the Savannah area. So that really interested me. Then you come here and you meet all these people that are hungry to make St. Andrews great, and just drew me to the challenge and the opportunity.
It's a nice little place, nestled right there, back there on the marsh on Wilmington Island. And I'll tell you, I did 2 years there as the football, basketball, and baseball coach. Great part of my life. And my wife's still there. I left.
Yep.
My daughter graduated from there. She had a great education, got her on to Georgia. So yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. Great little community. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, brought to you by the Coach's Corner Sports Network, and we're talking to the new head football coach over at St. Andrews School, Blake Henry. All right, so you're coming in. You gotta rebuild that program, get the kids to coming out. What's been your philosophy so far to get those kids to come out and want to play a little pigskin?
Yeah, so focusing on player development, right? I mean, I got into coaching, and the reason why I coach is I want to take boys who come into you early, sometimes in 5th grade, because we have a middle school program at St. Andrews too, and build them up from boys into young men, right? They're just like that guy you had on earlier on the show. Young men who develop into high character, people who are going to impact society and make our world a better place, right? So that starts with attracting them to the program and describing what I'm about. And I'm about building up people and making them and improving their lives and improving the type of person they're going to be. So I really preach that message. We have a lot of guys in the program that have not played football at all, right? And that's the beauty of football. You don't have to have a lot of experience. If you want to come work hard, lift weights, and push yourself every day and pursue excellence, you can come be a St. Andrews football player. Right? And I think we got a group of guys that are inexperienced. We have some good senior leadership right now, but we've got a lot of young kids at the program that are hungry, that want to prove themselves and are on board with that message. So it's an exciting time at St. Andrews.
And what's fun, being an old football coach, you can always go online and find highlights of your previous team. What do you look on? What do you look for? What's going to be the philosophy as far as the St. Andrews School Lions football program coming into the next season? I know we don't want to put locker room material on the board, so I know you could sugarcoat it and hide a little things. But what's Blake Henry motive or philosophy about what we're going to do offensively and defensively?
Well, fundamentals, right? The team that is the best blocking team and the best tackling team is going to be the team that has the biggest chance to win. Never been in a football game where my team didn't, if we out-blocked and out-tackled the guys we were playing against, that we didn't win, right? And I challenge anybody to find an example of that in football. We can dress it up all that we want with fancy offenses and defenses, but it really comes down to who understands and has been coached with the fundamentals the best and who can execute those fundamentals, because you can control those fundamentals. You can't control if the other team's got a better head coach, right? And you can't control if the other team's got more speed or more talent than you, but you can absolutely control your fundamentals and your effort and your attitude and your execution. And we line all that up every day at St. Andrews. And that's what we expect from our guys. You can come with a great attitude, right? You are 100% control of that. You can come with great effort in everything you do, whether you're lifting weights, you're in the meeting, you're on a Zoom call, you're in the classroom, all right, you're sporting the other sports when you're cheering on for them. You control that attitude and you control your execution, right? You can know your assignment, you can know your technique, and that goes for the coaches. Right? That's my philosophy for managing the coaches and also coaching the players. The coaching staff, when they get here, they're starting in July because we hired some new ones. They're going to hear me say that you're either coaching it or allowing it to happen, right? If the players are doing well, it's because we coached them to their top ability and their talent level took over, right? If they're not doing well, it's on us as coaches. It's our job to develop them as young men and as players. So we got to work harder. And I think having that sense of ownership, right, throughout the program is going to help us build it.
Hey, that's a great answer. You didn't come with any offensive, defensive philosophies. And plus, my hat's off to you. The key to any sport is fundamentals, fundamentals, and fundamentals. And when you get to football, you got to be able to block and you got to be able to tackle. If you can't do those two things, you ain't not going to win many football games. So once again, good job, Coach. All right, now coming into a new league. I know you coached up in Virginia. You've been around. Coming into a new league, the GISA, Georgia Independent Schools Association. Have you checked out any schools? What's your outlook on your competition?
Yeah, I watched film from last year, all right, and some previous years, and seen. We moved to a new league a couple years ago. We were in SCISA, right, and then it's known as GISA, right? The GISM. Learn all these acronyms every day, competition level is similar to where I was, but before at Potomac. Before that, Mount St. Jude League in Baltimore was also a really good league. But I see various kinds of offenses and defenses. About half the teams run an odd front, right, and half the teams run an even front. When you watch an offense, there's a lot of more spread football in Northern Virginia and Maryland than there is in Georgia that I've seen, at least in these GISA leagues. I'm not sure about the GHSA yet, but I saw some triple option. About third or almost half the teams are running triple option. So that'll be new to me. You don't see a lot of that in Northern Virginia, but saw some teams that we can compete with, and also saw some teams that we need to keep working towards and beat people with our attitude, effort, and execution. Right? We can't just rely on our talent to win the game. So exciting. I love the fact that it's Friday night football. What's better in all of sports, right? So you're talking to a guy that came from a school that was right in the middle of a neighborhood, and we weren't allowed to have lights. All right. So you either have a game on Saturday afternoon or Friday afternoon or Saturday around 12. Well, Friday night football, I can't wait. All right. We're going to get the whole school out there, and we're going to make it a big community event. Right. And so that's really exciting to me. And that's a selling point I've had with the kids. Like, hey, come out, play Friday night football. There is no experience like it that you're ever going to have in your life. Even when you're a guy like me and you get a chance to play college football. I tell my players this all the time. I played at Florida State and at Clemson, right? And all these packed stadiums. There's nothing like playing with your brothers, right? And forming that bond as a high school football player. You will remember it forever. So I think a lot of those guys have bought into that, and that's why we got a good group right now.
Yeah, I mean, Cheney Kesney with his song "The Boys of Fall" is nothing better than that.
It's a good one.
It's a good one, and I can relate to you. Coming down here 26 years ago, we never played football on Friday nights. Everything was Saturday afternoons or Saturday mornings and Monday afternoons if it was a Jewish holiday. I mean, so my first game here in Savannah, going to Cairo, Georgia. And the whole town shut down. I said, we got a football game. There's nobody in the town. Well, they were in the stadium. So, yeah, it's nothing like it. So, I agree with you 100% on that. So anything you want to tell the fans, tell the people how they can get in touch with you, what's going on over there with the St. Andrew Lions football program? Yeah,
so I think it's not just me, right? And I think people know about this. Amanda Waters, new athletic director. What a great lady. Coming from Mater Dei, right? For a little bit, we're the Mater Dei in California, right? Was there for a brief time, then was at Carlsbad. She's really known in the athletic director community for building up programs. So she's taken over the athletics program at St. Andrews. So it's an exciting time. I think, we are trying to raise that level of athletics to that high standard of academics at St. Andrews, right? And that's going to be a process that the school is bought into, and it's a new day at St. Andrews. People can get a hold of me. I've got my email right there, okay, football@saslions.com. If you've got a son that wants to pursue excellence every day, right, in everything they do in life, and wants to be coached from the fundamentals, from the ground up, all right, and then you want to send him to St. Andrews, okay, please contact me. I'd love to get in touch with you. We're offering a free middle school football clinic, July 14th, 21st, and 28th. It's all over our social media sites, all right, SAS Lions Football. It'll be on there on Instagram, and at Coach B. Henry. It'll be on my Twitter. Free. All you got to do is email me at football@SAS Lions. If you got a middle school, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grader son, email me and come on out. You're going to get an hour and a half of pure fundamental instruction from me and the coaching staff. We'd love to have.
All right, Coach, I'm going to be by. I'll be right by. You going to be in on school campus next week?
Oh, yes. And I live here. There's a cot behind my desk. Okay. I only come home on the weekends, right? My wife and kids see me then. So, yeah, I'll be here. You let me know. Anytime.
I'll be by because I gotta get working on. I also do the Prep Sports Report, which I gotta thank St. Andrews, which is a big sponsor. Getting more news out there about our local kids. The TVs, the newspaper, they do a great job. Just another avenue to get more sports out there. I wish you the best of luck. I've been there. I coached 2 years there. It was a great experience, and it's a community school. And once again, you and Amanda keep up the great work, and I'll talk to you next week. Congratulations again, Coach.
Thanks, sir. Go Lions.
Go Lions. I mean, here's a guy coming in. He's energetic. If you watch his social media posts, they're doing a lot over there at St. Andrews. They're trying to build that program back up. He's got a lot of help coming in, new coaches, new AD, Amanda Waters. Congratulations. And she's watching. And once again, they're going to do a great job over there because, St. Andrews is believe it or not, it's a diamond in a haystack, not a needle. A diamond. Find that diamond, you're going to have a great place to go to. So once again, all right, coming up, last part, got to go to the videos. That's right, 3 out the door. That's right, the coach is going to take 3 out the door. We're going to go with 3 videos I found online that I thought, or 3 highlights that I thought were great, and I want to tell the community about it. And stay tuned because you're going to enjoy all 3. And one is pro, one is high school. One is pro, one is high school, and of course, one is the Savannah Bananas. Stay tuned. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Be right back with the best of this week's videos on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all presented by the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be right back. 3 minutes, that is.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop to new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
and welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. There are 5 shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Rubbin' and Grubbin' every Wednesday night with Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man, and of course his producer, Lawrence Bennett. They do a great job. All NASCAR, all car racing. Go to their YouTube page, Rubbin' and Grubbin', like it, subscribe to it. You can watch it live there. Then, of course, you got the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning. Okay, go to the same thing. Coach's Corner Facebook page, Karl DeMasi Facebook page, Twitter, and, of course, the YouTube channel. Like it, subscribe to it if you want to listen to it and see the previous interviews that I've done. Then we have what we call the 19th hole. That's when the Herb brothers, Sean and Brent Herb, get together and they promote the not the U.S. Open, the Masters at Augusta. They do a great job once a year. Hopefully they'll come back and do one more this year. And then, of course, 2 shows on the podcast, the Hot Grid podcast with Travis Jadon and Spencer Mannix talking all things sports. Great job. And, of course, the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with the coach and, of course, the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson. Well, I like surfing the internet, and it's a lot of fun. Some great highlights and some local kids putting up some great stuff. Professional sports putting up late stuff. For some reason, I can't get my bananas video to upload, so I'm going to have to go to another one that I found, and that's how I found this young man as the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Well, I knew before, but this video was posted by the Positive Athlete Georgia branch, telling you all about Paul Mosley, just graduated from Savannah Country Day. So this is my number 3 highlight of the week. And if you didn't watch the show earlier, you missed something special because this young man has a lot of character, is giving a lot back to the community. Paul Mosley, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, and of course, the Positive Athlete Georgia branch football Positive Athlete of the Year. Statewide award.
Paul Mosley from Savannah Country Days, Leadership in Jack and Jill, a leadership organization formed by African American mothers with the idea of bringing together children in social and cultural environment, has resulted in Paul representing the Savannah chapter in Washington, D.C., where he rallied for gun violence safety and voting rights alongside 1,000 other teenagers. Further, this senior football player represented his chapter in a statewide oratorial competition, where he spoke on the topic of young, gifted, black, and so much more than that. For Thanksgiving, Paul helped prepare food baskets for families in a transitional home, and in the last election, Paul led a campaign to ensure every voting age member of his Jack and Jill chapter was registered to vote by the deadline. Paul also started a mentoring program called All In with Paul, and the program is designed to use the fundamentals of sports to address everyday issues teenagers are faced with. Positive Athletes proud to name Paul our 2021 Most Positive Football Athlete in Georgia.
I mean, great award. The kid deserves it. 3-sport athlete, giving back to the community. I mean, what more can I tell you? And of course, if you go to the prepsportsreport.com, you also can find that we had 14 other athletes and 2 coaches named as regional positive athlete of Georgia, coaches and athletes making an impact in their school, their community, their sport. But Paul Mosley, positive athlete, Georgia football, positive athlete of the year. Pretty special. All right, then I got to go to last night. We got to go to the Braves. Mr. Heredia, unbelievable night, home run double, and watch this catch. And it's all from, got to give credit to my people who have these videos. Of course, that video was from Positive Athlete of Georgia. This one is from Bally Sports South.
I think AJ thought it was gone. Fortunately, to the deepest part of the ballpark.
Wow, look at the dent in the padding. The imprint he leaves at the point of contact. Look at the ripple and the force with which he hit the wall.
Yeah, it could be a shoulder. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but obviously could be a shoulder. Got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, maybe.
Saved some big runs there in the 8th inning for the Braves. The Braves went on to win 3-2. Great catch by Heredia. I mean, just, kept the Braves in it. So you got to love it. Now, my number 1, like I told you before, this kid has talent. This kid is unbelievable. He went up to the Georgia Tech camp, just posted this last night, went up to the Georgia Tech camp last night. He's a wide receiver. He's out of Islands High School, and that's, of course, Langston Lewis. Watch what he does to the competition. Long and short, this guy can do it. Listen to the ball, you can't teach that. That young man is special. Langston Lewis out of Islands High School. He's already been offered from Central Michigan, the Chippewas. So those are my 3 top videos of the week. If you got a video, please email me, give me a message, tell me about it. I'd love to get it on there. Well, it's been a great show. Of course, I got to thank Coach Scott Strickland from Richmond Hill coming on the show, talking about Richmond Hill High School baseball, and they're building an indoor facility up there for the football and baseball team at Richmond Hill High School. Got to thank, of course, my athlete of the week, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athlete of the week from Savannah Country Day, Paul Mosley, just a great kid, the Georgia athlete, positive athlete of Georgia branch, the football positive athlete of the year, the state winner. And then, of course, I got to thank Coach Blake Henry, the new coach at St. Andrews, starting that, trying to rebuild that program, get that program back to what it was. And he's got a lot of work ahead of him, but he's doing a lot of good things. Check it on internet, check it on the social media. He's got the Lions going over there at St. Andrews. Well, it's been a lot of fun. The coach has work to do now to help his daughter get her house arranged here in good old Orlando, Florida. I'll be back in Savannah. Can't wait to be back in home tomorrow. So once again, you've been watching. Oh, let me go back. Don't forget tonight in the Sound Garden, okay, at Coach's Corner, Toxic Oscar. I can't tell you. I haven't seen John Henderson this morning, but he usually tells me if it's sold out or not. So check it out. Go to Eventbrite to buy your tickets. Also, breakfast is going on. Well, it's going to end in 3 minutes. Breakfast is back, 7 to 10:30 every weekday. On Saturdays, 8 to 10:30. And of course, the first time they have it back there, the coach is not there because I like to grab some food too from Coach's Corner. Got to love those wings. But anyway, it's been a great week. Whatever you may be doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park until we see each other again next weekend. Always hit it out of the park. Peace out. God bless.